Welcome back everybody to Anglican. Now today I was meant to be out on the bank, but I had a delivery come in and unfortunately I had to wait in for it, couldn't do anything about it. It's just one of them things, really annoying, but I'm definitely going to try and get out on the bank tomorrow to film all sorts of different videos for you lot. Now this I can kind of review indoors and outdoors, but it is something that I really wanted to review because I think it is a cracking bit of kit, and also we will be doing a proper sort of on the bank test with these, but this is my initial review. I've had all the components out and I've really been looking at them, and I just think it's a really good idea, so I wanted to make this video. So today we are reviewing Olympian tackle bolt and run kit. Now this is the mega module kit, and you can get sort of different kits in this. You can get a bolt and run kit, you can get a running kit, a refill kit, or a heli kit. Now if you don't know what Olympian tackle is, everyone, Westy has created this separate thing called Olympian tackle, and it's really good premium quality stuff. Now I just want to get this disclaimer out the way. I am not sponsored by Westy whatsoever, and Westy has not told me to do this review. I just really enjoy reviewing fishing products, and also it means even more to me to review someone who's independent and doesn't rip you off like other manufacturers, and is good quality stuff as well. For the price you're getting very good quality. I want the best for you lot, and that's why I'm going to review and praise this to the high heaven. As always with the Westy products, Westy has been kind enough, as I've said in my previous videos, to give you a lot of discount code AC5. If you enter that at checkout you get 5% off, but as I said before, it's not sponsored. I'm giving you my honest opinion, and I'm only going to review stuff and praise it if I think it's really good. Another little disclaimer is Westy's website unfortunately is currently down, so I think the website's shut until the 28th, so don't try and purchase out because it will say it's sold out. That doesn't mean the product is sold out, it's just because his website is currently shut down. When you go on the home screen anyway, it does say shut until blah blah blah. With that out of the way, get subscribed to my channel, it's free of charge, share this video around, post your comments down below, and do the usuals. The only other real bolt and run kits I've used is the Corum bolt and run kits, and to be fair I was very impressed. I've actually done a review on them, so go check it out. But there was only one problem that I found the more I used it. When you tried getting the bit where you attach your feeder to over to essentially make it a semi-fixed rig over the little tulip bead, it was very difficult and you had to really push it in. It was an absolute pain, everyone, and it just did my head in, and sometimes I'd just leave it free running because it used to do my head in trying to, you know, really push it over. And apart from that, let me know if you people have found any other companies. I don't know any other companies who kind of do a bolt and run kit where you can sort of have the semi-fixed rig. There might be, don't quote me on that, I just haven't really looked. The first thing about these Olympian tackle kits is I've just got the website because there's a lot of information to tell you lot. I'm going to put the information on the screen as well. As I've said before, you can get loads of different kits, and they all vary in price, everyone. I will try and put the price of each one on the screen. This is basically the creme de la creme package. This is basically everything in one. You get the tulip beads, you get the swivels, you get the buffer things, you get the anti-tangle things and all that stuff. And this is actually £8.99. Now, sometimes in my reviews I don't really go on about price because I get sick to death of saying about how companies rip people off and this, that and the other, and I just think it is what it is. So you're getting a 45-piece kit for £9, everyone, which is absolutely insane value for money. I couldn't believe the price of these things actually when they was on the website. I don't, like I said, I don't normally go on about price too much unless it's a really good deal or a really bad deal, but the price of these you can't argue with. I think the Corum bolt and run kits are literally about £4 or £5, and you know, people have had it in the past where they've maybe got snapped off, and then by the time you know it, you're done and it starts getting expensive when you're purchasing them. Not with the Olympian tackle bolt and run kits. These will last you a long time, and like I said, for $8.99 you can't go wrong. Now what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to give you a brief run through of all the different ways on how you set these up, everyone, because there is literally the heli style, the free running style, and the semi-fixed style. So I'm going to go through all them different options in the video. One thing that I do really like, and I think it's a very nice touch, is the packaging. I always appreciate packaging of products, and I think, you know, with the packaging in this nice resealable bag, I just think it looks really cool. You know, it looks really nice. I'll show you what there on camera. And obviously you got the Olympian tackle branding, and then obviously all your different bits and bobs in there. Another thing I want to mention is, like I mentioned with the core and bolt and run kit, how it was really hard to push, you know, to push that circle bit over to make it a semi-fixed rig. With the Olympian tackle, that is not the case. All you have is a little bead, you just run it up the line, put the loop on, put the bead on, and that's it. It's so easy. Honestly, it's like heaven compared to the core and bolt and run kits. And I'm not having a dig at Corum, it's just the design of these is so much better. It's almost like Westies took the Corum design and thought, right, how can I better it by 1,000,000%? And that's what you get with this. You can also go to the website and have a run through the different pictures, and you can sort of gauge on what parts go together. So let's get you lot turned around and show you the different variations with these. Okay then everyone, so these are all the different pieces you're going to get. So you've got like this little bit here with rubber tubing on here. It's got like a little bead, and then you'll get sort of like this here with like a little ring on, and then this attachment here. You've got a swivel with a big eye on. Again, I'll show you what all these are for. You've got your tulip bead. You've got another little rubber thing. Again, I'll show you what that's for. Anti-tangle sleeve. You will get these as well in a lighter colour. I'll try and show you on the packet, everybody. So if you can see that lighter colour, you get a green or, you know, like a little sort of sandy colour. So you've got a swivel with a smaller loop right there. And then you've got like this, I actually forget what you call these, everyone. But yeah, you've got this as well. So the first one I'm going to show you lot is the bolt and run. So the classic bolt and run. So you're going to need one of these with the little bead on, everyone. You're going to need an anti-tangle sleeve, and you're going to need one of these, which I will show you how it goes on in a minute. Also everyone, I have got a feeder just for the purposes of this video. I've got a little window feeder. Right, so the first thing everyone you're going to want to do is basically put your little rubber thing on the end of here. So just put that down. I'm hoping the camera angle's going to be good, everyone. So you've got the little rubber thing. Now, very much like on the Corum ones, all you do, I find this the trickiest part, because the ring on this feeder is not wide enough to go over the top. So what I tend to do, everyone, again, it's going to be a little tricky to show you lot on camera, but all I do, I sort of just push it up through there, and then all you do, bring it back down, pull the rubber thing, and then essentially that feeder can't go anywhere because it's always going to hit the rubber bit. So that's your first bit, everyone. And then obviously you've got the little ring hanging down from it. The little runner bead, or whatever you want to call it. All you have to do is essentially slide this bead on first. It's very important. Slide that bead on first. Then slide this on with the, you probably won't have the feeder on, but slide that on next, and then slide this bit on the line as well, and then basically do a half blood knot or whatever knot suits you to this swivel. And the way it will work essentially, everyone, is that goes up to there. The little bead, and this is where it beats the Corum ones for me, everyone. It's so much easier. The little bead just gets pushed on there. Look how easy that is. And then all that happens, obviously your line will be running all the way through that, everyone. I hope you can see that. I'm trying to do it as good as I can on camera, but essentially the line will run all the way through there. And then you just put your swivel inside here. And then again, all that will happen, your hook length, or literally, I'm going to have to put it against there because you can't see it with the bag with black background. But your hook length will just lasso over there. And then all you have to do then, everyone, is literally just put your anti-tangled tubing over it. The purpose essentially will keep everything away from your hook length. As you can see, it will just kick it away. And then all that happens when you get a take, it'll literally just do that. And then the bead will slide up the line, and essentially it will literally be free running. As you get a take, like I said, that bead will just pop straight off. And to get it back on, it's so simple again. Just literally push it, and that's it. It's so simple. Again, when you get a take, it'll just do that, and then it's free running. It's a way better idea than the current ones. It does make life that bit easier and makes it a lot more simple. Right, so what we've got next, everyone, is the heli style. And this is, like I said, this is a really good one. I really like this. This is probably one of my favourite bits. The fact that there's multiple ways of using this kit is a real big game changer for me. So the first thing that I'm going to do, everyone, is get this thing, this type of sort of swivel or whatever you want to call it, on my feeder. Again, someone will probably be shouting the name at me, what type it is and stuff. So yeah, I'm just not very good with these types. I can't quite remember what they're called. So just put that on like that. Okay, everyone. So upon inspection, when I was editing the video, I did realise I did actually have, when I was showing you up the heli setup, I did have this the wrong way around. I had it like that instead of that way. So essentially, when you do the heli setup, right, your feeder will go on this side right here. So your feeder will sort of lasso, if the focus will work, the feeder will lasso around here, and then that's where you'll do your half blood knot or whatever knot. So you'll put the line through, your line will come through here, you'll put it through this little hole here, do whatever knot, and then essentially you pull it all through, and it all just sits in it like that, so everything's protected, everyone. That is how you do the helicopter one, and then obviously your hook length will spin round here, or like I said before, it'll be free running, and then your maggot feeder or whatever feeder will be sat on the end of the ear. So yeah, I do apologise for that, everyone. I just realised when I was editing the video that I had this upside down. So like I said, make sure when you're doing the heli style that your line goes through this bit here and not this bit here, everyone, because it could slip with these open down bits here. This is where the feeder goes, that's where your knot goes, everyone. So I hope that helps. On say maggot feeder, winder feeder, or whatever you want to use. So essentially what you do, you'd feed your bead on your line first, and then, this is very important, feed the big-eyed swivel on next. Because the smaller swivel, that's for your bolt and run, so you don't need that. That's very important that you slide that on next. And then you can put that there, and then you can have the bead on. And it's as simple as, everyone, you'd put your hook length over that, and then literally put your anti-tangle tubing right over that swivel, again, so your hook length would be dangling down from there. And then all you do, literally, your main line runs all the way through that, and then again, everyone, what you do is tie your favourite knot on the end of there, and then that simply slides straight into the end of that, and it's as simple as that, everyone. And there you go. You've literally got yourself a heli style. The reason they call it heli is because, you guessed it, this bit spins around. Like I say, you can have it semi-fixed. Do check with the fishery rules, or you could just have it free running, take the bead off, and it'll just run up and down the line. But like I said, that is how you do it. And then you've got your feeder depositing all the bait at the end, and it's basically the perfect helicopter rig. It makes life simple. Again, I will be using this, I will be testing this out on the lake, but I really do like this, like I said, and that works absolutely well. You're going to get no tangles again because of the anti-tangle tubing, and everything just looks nice and neat. Okay, everyone, last but not least is the one with the tulip bead. So you'll need the tulip bead. You won't need this anymore, so I can put that to one side. And like I said, all the components are very, very good quality, you know, really easy to use, really good materials, I'm really impressed with the materials on these. So again, you'll need this little thing here. You've got your tulip bead, you'll need anti-tangle, and you'll need one of these little swivels right here. Essentially, what you're going to do first, everyone, is first of all, get your feeder on this. Right, there you go, everyone. So that's your feeder on with the little running bead. What you're going to do, everyone, is dead simple. Put this on your main line first, so this will go through your main line. And then it's very important that you get these tulip beads the right way. So you want to slide it up the line, so this is obviously, this end is going closest to your reel, because essentially it's going to sit on the tulip bead like that and kick it, and sort of kick your feeder off at an angle and stuff. And then it's as simple as, everyone, obviously bringing the line through, again, doing a half blood knot on this swivel, that sits inside of there. And then you get your anti-tangle bead, you get your anti-tangle sleeve, push the, obviously lasso your hook length over the swivel, push your anti-tangle tubing over that, and there you go, everyone. So, and as well, everything will be anti-tangle free because your hook length will be down there, it'll be kicked out, the feed is kicked out, and again, this will be free running, so it'll run up and down the line, so it'll always create a nice, neat angle, and again, everything's nice and neat, everything's simple. Whichever one you want, that is the beauty with this kit. You can use either the heli, you can use the tulip bead one, or you can go with the bolt and run setup. It's entirely up to you lot, but they are the different ways of using this kit, which is very handy, very easy, and everything's very easy to set up and good quality. So yeah, big thumbs up. If you're someone who uses free running rigs, if you use bolt and run kits, anything like that, give the Mega Module kit a try. Or what you can do, everyone, you can simply go on the website and find out which kit you want. You know, maybe you just want the bolt and run kit, you can just buy the bolt and run kit. You don't just have to buy the Mega kit. I personally like the Mega kit because it comes with everything, so I've sort of got the best of both worlds. I have just got the laptop, everyone, because I do want to have a look how much the other ones are. So if you do want, say, the heli style one, $3.99, everyone, and that is for 5, which is an absolute brilliant deal. Again, if you want the bolt and run kit, which again is I believe it's you'll get 5 goes out of it, £4.49 for that. So a really good deal, you can't complain. I would definitely recommend, obviously, the one with all the different bits in. As I mentioned previously, you're getting the best of both worlds. This is a really good product, a really good idea, and I definitely recommend it, everyone. It's actually probably one of my favourite bits of terminal tackle, just because it has been well thought out, and it's just such a good idea. I don't get why other companies have not done this. I mean, they probably might start doing it. As I said at the start of the video, I'm not paid by Westy. He hasn't told me to do this review. I've done this off my own back because I was so impressed with him. Definitely give him a try out and let me know what you think in the comments below. Or have you already bought some and what do you think of them? As I always say, I'm always intrigued to see what you lot have got to say in the comments. Don't forget there's the discount code AC5 to get yourself 5% off. Remember, Westy's website is currently offline at the minute, and it's opening back up, I believe, after the 28th or on the 28th, I'm not too sure. And if you did enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like on it. Don't forget to share this video around, subscribe for new videos every single week. It's free of charge, doesn't cost you a penny, and if you're fishing, have a good one.